What's good? What's good? It's your boy Stitches NBC. That's nothing but classics with my boy Brutal Keith.
That's right.
What's
man.
good? It's another episode of Brutally Honest. We'd like to welcome everybody. We greatly appreciate the support. This week's episode, we're gonna be talking about, how dudes they be acting like they're her man and they're not even friends. We're gonna talk about the testing phase and y'all tell me who came up with this topic. How long should a man last in bed?
Yeah.
I think
maybe that one was me.
I think we all know who was that one.
It came up. It's a question, bro. But one of the things and the title of the show is mentioned as what?
Brutally honest.
Just being direct, right?
Just being your direct and being yourself.
And that's what we pride ourselves in. That we keep it 100. We always just be real.
Exactly. So, but real talk, bro, I'm over here, I hear you talking and things like that, and you know what, you're not really talking to the camera, so I'm going to have to just dive right into it, man. I know we're starting fresh. I know it feels different, but we're going to get through this, man.
Let me ask you this. How was your weekend, Stitch? You always ask me how my weekend went, when I Netflix and chill. How was your weekend?
My weekend was very productive, actually.
Nice, man. All right,
what's up? Like usual. And yours?
Good, man. Actually, it was productive as well, but I actually got to relax and actually get some me time in. I was able to do that too.
But I hear you talking, things like that, and the reality is, bro, I look at you, and I want to look at you in your eyes when I say this, man. Like right here, like men. I know you my nigga, you my boy. We've known each other for a few years. We got trust and shit like that. But like man to man, bro, I'm disappointed in you, bro.
Wait, what?
I'm disappointed in you, man. Cause it's like
disappointed in what though?
I'm just saying, though, I'm disappointed in you. Like, you're supposed to be Mr. Brutal, Mr. Brutally Honest. And you keep on saying, things like, oh, you ain't ready for a relationship and you ain't ready to settle down and you ain't ready to find the one and all this and all that.
Not.
But yet...
That's being real.
Yeah, you over here calling her mi amor and babe and cupcake and I don't know what type of cupcake it was, but I don't know how much calorie it's got, but like you talking about like you don't want to be her man, but you acting like a boyfriend. Well, and that's why.
Okay. All right. So I guess I get what you're saying. But no,
I'm disappointed in you, man.
Listen,
and I know that probably hurts more than me saying I fucked up or I hate you, right?
Well,
being disappointed is like the worst, right?
Definitely. But at the end of the day, I get where you're coming from with what you said. And it's almost like I'm not being real. It's like, how on one hand can I be like, I don't want a relationship, I'm good being single, etc. But on the other hand, like you said, I might have nicknames or I might, buy her a gift or something, or maybe there's some type of titles or something. Maybe she listed under Bay in the phone or something like that, right? That's what you're talking about?
I'm saying exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like you got nicknames. You giving her gifts like chocolates and flowers and cards. Talking about happy 1 month anniversary. Yeah, you're not even in a relationship. That's what I'm talking about, bro. You keep on talking about like you're not ready to settle down and all this and all this and all that, and yet, you acting like a man.
Well, I can explain that, and I know there was something about explaining also. But one of the things I'm going to do is understand this: is I'm going to always be me. Just because I have a nickname for somebody, or it's in that cupcake phase, and yeah, maybe there is some name calling or some gifts or something like, hey, I appreciate spending time with you, etc. And let's see where things go type of moments. But it never changes the fact that I don't want to be in a relationship right now. Now,
Veronica said happy 1 month anniversary, by the way.
Hi, Veronica.
What's good, Mimi? Selena, what's up? How y'all doing?
But realistically though,
realistically,
I'm not gonna stop being
is
me.
that is Keith over here is the
I'm a
one
nice
talking
guy,
about
man.
he ain't ready to settle down or be in a relationship, and yet you still over here acting like a man. Yet you over here giving her gifts and giving her titles like boo.
So
yeah,
wait.
you out here giving her entitlement to be asking you questions and shit like that, like explanations.
Yeah.
Explanations, man. I'm disappointed in you, bro.
And don't get me wrong. Listen, I don't ever have to explain myself, but sometimes I might want to. I might not want to be misinterpreted or misunderstood. So I might want to be direct. Sometimes, and I say this, actually I've said this too many times, but I can't compete with a woman's imagination. So sometimes I got to set the record straight when it comes to explaining myself. But at the end of the day, though, like I said, I'm always going to be me. I am a nice guy. I'm genuine. So if I got a nickname and or we call each other boo or whatever it might be, I don't know. You get different vibes from different people.
But if you're saying
I don't think
that,
there's any harm.
if you're saying if you're agreeing with her and talking about like, yo, it's just sex, right? Like you don't want nothing else. Like it's just sex. But yet you acting like it's more, and yet your ass is over here complaining why she's clenching and catching feelings when at the end of the day, you was the one that gave her the green light to do so.
Okay, all right, maybe I can get that. But I think that might fall more under being consistent. Like, if I'm giving her the green light or something and she think it's okay to do it, which means I might have been down with it or willing to do it too. You know, sometimes in the beginning, shit's a little bit different. You do a little bit more in the beginning than you do, you know, after a little while. And that's what they say.
That's why relationships
obviously
fail.
We all want to keep the passion going for as long as we can. But realistically, I think we all, or maybe not all of us, I'll speak for me right now, for the time being. Things could change.
And that's why relationships fail, because of that, exactly what it is that you're talking about right now. As far as they don't stay as they were when it was in the beginning, you feel me? And that's what I mean. Like if you were just to keep everything how you was in the beginning, that same attempt, that same effort, that same urge, I'm not going to say fight for the love, because that's not like, I mean, fight for your love. That doesn't even sound right. But, you know, I guess prove yourself and the feelings should be mutual. I mean, I guess that's probably just, you know, egos talking. But that's what it's supposed to be about. But you like to mislead. I think that you're just misleading women. That's what I think.
But I can't be. And here's the reason why. Because I'm direct enough to say, I don't want a relationship.
Because you tell them this, but you act like that. Well, and they're gonna go by how the way you act. I know he doesn't. I know he told me that, you know, he doesn't like blue, but I see him in a lot of blue sneakers. Like your actions, though, bro.
All the time, right? Like I've seen his wardrobe. There's a lot of blue for somebody that doesn't like it.
So what are you talking about? He doesn't have a uniform. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Mima. So that's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
She's gonna go by your actions.
Really quickly, I'm just gonna recap for those of you just joining in. I know some of you getting over to the Brutally Honest page. Took you a little bit of time, but just coming in and recap.
Oh, you are a nice guy.
No, I'm gonna just say
being nice.
we're talking about, and Stitch is sort of, I guess, putting me on blast with this, where he basically said, you keep telling her you not her man. You don't want no relationship or anything, yet you keep acting like you her boyfriend. Like,
I don't get it. I'm confused. I'm confused.
In my defense, and what I'm saying to that is this: I'm still gonna be me. I'm a nice guy and I'm genuine. Just because I might have a nickname with somebody, hey, we could have been friends and had nicknames before it got personal. But regardless of that, just because I have a nickname with somebody or call them boo or bae, doesn't mean like, hey, we're in a relationship, we're together, etc. If that was established beforehand. And that's why I said, if it's
ladies and gents, I want to ask y'all this question. If he or she is telling you they don't want nothing serious, and yet they're calling you and they're hitting you up with good morning and good night texts consistently, would you guys call that misleading? Period. That's a fair question.
I mean, I think it is a fair question, but I also think without the bigger picture, it could be more geared towards one side. But I mean, the reality of it is this, and you're right. It can be misleading, and that's the problem, Stitch. And just let's face it, the problem is a lot of people are misleading, and they're not being honest, and they're not being direct, and they're not being brutally honest. Me personally, I don't have to worry about that because I am. Like that's the one thing about me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
insane.
you call yourself brute. What? Go ahead. Finish it. Finish that sentence. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you.
Let me finish?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk.
No, I do. I pride myself in saying I keep it real. I don't ever have to worry about that factor. Sometimes it's too real, and sometimes it's like, damn, nigga, you get on my nerves, but fuck. At least you kept it 100.
I'm just saying, majority of the niggas out here, they can't keep it brutally honest. I'm just saying that majority of the niggas out here, they'll have a girl that's not even their girl, but still smash other girls, and it's okay with it, and yes, he'll still keep that information from her, even when it does arise. Why does he keep that? For no other reason than to keep her being selfish or mislead her. And you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. So that's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
I definitely agree. That's why I think being direct should always be like who you are, being yourself. I think being that forward, that brutal, and like we said, we don't necessarily mean malicious when we say brutal, but being that blunt and that direct with everybody and truly being yourself, I think we'll get better results in what we want out of life.
It was good, Diana, Jasmine, Brenda, Gigi, Selena, Michelle, Mima. Thank y'all all for watching. I fully appreciate that.
Can we take a shot?
Yeah, you want to take a shot. Now you want to take the shot. Now that the spotlight ain't on you. Now that the spotlight ain't on you, let's get back to the point, bro. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not gonna leave you hanging though.
Let's take the shot too.
I'm going to get back to the point as
actions
far as...
speak louder than words.
And that's it. Actions speak louder than words. So if you're over here telling her, like, nah, I'm not trying to settle down or get into a relationship. I don't want to be serious and all this extra shit.
Okay, so...
And yet you hitting her, good morning, beautiful. Good night, mi amor. Okay, duermas que piensas en mí. And now all of a sudden, now you fucking know Spanish. Like, listen, you're misleading them.
Yo poquito.
That's what I'm saying, though.
but what I'm... All right, so I'm supposed to just be an asshole because I don't want a relationship?
What you mean be an asshole? So if you don't...
So if I'm walking with a girl...
being an asshole now?
So if I'm walking... Let's just say, for example, if I'm walking with a girl that I'm interested in and we've been talking for a while, and like I said, maybe there's nicknames and stuff like that, I can't hold her hand because I don't want to be in a relationship? Is that a relationship thing? I mean, I can't just hold her hand while I'm walking and let her know, like, look, even in public, I'm not going to, push you away. If we're together, we're together. It doesn't mean we're in a relationship. It just means we're together in that moment.
So you're talking about, like, if you go on a date, let's say to the movies, and you're holding her hand, that's how walking out the movies to the nearby bar, or what? Like, that's what you're talking about? Something so simple?
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what it is, simple. I'm talking about, that's back to the damn point.
but hold on. If somebody's walking holding hands,
and gifts and nicknames. That's what I'm talking about. Don't try to sugarcoat this shit and try to wheeze your way in this. Come on, man. It's brutally honest, bro. It's a show after friends gifts.
You don't give friends gifts?
Yeah.
I mean, come on here.
You sleep with all your friends? That's what she gonna say.
Well,
exactly.
I mean, no, not all of them. Damn.
What? Like, we here, bro. It's a week after we celebrated our year anniversary.
Facts.
We said we was gonna grow, and you said you saw all this. As a matter of fact, you didn't even say what the hell you wanted. You just said something about how Brutally Honest was gonna be one of the best shows by the end of next year.
Definitely, man.
Something like that. We're
gonna grow and get better. That's all I can see happening. Like right now, I think what we talk about and the topics. Are really what helped drive. And I love the fact that last week we did the question and answers. And we had the followers and everybody that's watching and supporting us interact with us during the show. I love that, by the way. I don't know if I said it last show, but I definitely want to say that this time. Thanks, everybody.
Definitely, ditto. Like, so this show we was talking about, you're not her man, not her man, but still, you acting like her boyfriend. Like, you gotta stop complaining as far as like, oh, she's always blowing me up. Like, she's always texting me. But you know what? That's your fault.
So now she's doing girlfriend things, and I'm still saying, wait, I don't want it, right?
No, what you're saying, yeah, but you're responding to it with your actions, which is, and like for an example, I'll give you an example. She texts you. You're quick. You're on your phone already, texting her quick and whatever. That's and that's how it is in the beginning, because I know it's the butterfly phase and everything is all roses and you don't even pay mind to the phones, but they're there. But they're good. They feel good. Pleasure is pain in that moment, right? But that's just in the beginning. But you get them accustomed to certain things, and like how we said in the previous earlier, that's why most relationships fails, because they stop doing what they was doing in the beginning. They stop that urge, passion, fight, whatever you want to put in it, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you keep that on.
If I gave her the green light, why am I complaining about it now? Is that what you're trying to say, Stitch? All right, just to clear the air, because hey, we keep.
She's always texting you, and you text her back quick. But then that one time that you don't text back quick, now you gotta hear something.
Yeah.
But mind that, now you hear something, but why are you hearing something from the get if she ain't your girl? But now you're responding to it. Now you're giving explanations. Now it's like, no, baby, it's because of this and because of that. Now you acting like a man. Like in the beginning, I was like, are you asking me something?
It's like I said, man. It all comes down to consistency. If in the beginning we was video chatting every day, right? If we were video chatting every single day in the beginning, it was like, damn, ooh, you're so beautiful, etc. Like you said, the good morning, beautiful, good night, etc. But all through video chat. Now it's like, okay, at my job things changed or whatever, I'm a little bit more busy, I can't do that anymore. So now it's like, I can't video chat, just text me. Like, it's some days I'm so busy, it's just like, I didn't got time to look at your face. But send me a message, let me know you think about me, and, I can respond to those when I get a chance. So, in that regards, the consistency changed. Oh, this guy who used to talk face-to-face all the time, now all of a sudden it's like he don't even want to look at me. The reality is other things change.
But you know what? Like,
my consistency creates an insecurity.
But let's go with your video chat. Let's just say you was available, and you just rejected for, let's call it, the test phase. For testing purposes only.
I hate that.
The test phase. Let's talk about the test phase.
I really feel passionate.
Why there is the test phase. What is the test phase? Do y'all know what the test phase is? Of course y'all know. If y'all didn't know, we've all been doing it.
Yeah. I'll give an example of a test phase.
There we go.
And I mean, I've had this happen on more than one occasion. But fellas, I'm sure you can relate. Hopefully you can't. I hope you can't relate. But have you ever had a girl make plans with you? Oh, we're going to get up, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And at the end of the day, you know what it's going to come down to. She's staying the night over. It's on and popping. It's already been planned, right? But the day of, not give you time for preparation, but the day of, she gives you a call and say, hey, look, I'm still down to chill. I'm still down to, hang out. But I got to let you know my period just came.
Did she tell you beforehand?
Well, I mean, that day.
She told you that day.
Before she came over.
Before she came over.
Yeah, right before she came over. She called and was like, look,
I'm just trying to get the specifics.
Just so you know, I know we plan for things to go down. You got the whipped cream and everything. But my period just came.
Okay.
And then she don't say nothing else.
Oh, and then she doesn't say nothing else.
Nope. You know why?
Why?
That's a test. It wasn't to call you and inform you, hey, something that happens to every woman once a month is happening to me right now. I mean, as men, we know it's going to happen. Well, we might not know a woman's cycle and exactly when it's going to come up. I mean, I do, because I remember that shit. But most men don't pay attention to it. But we know it's going to happen. But when you got plans and she hits you the day of with, hey, this just happened, that's a test. That's to see if this is just about sex or not. That's, do he really like me for my company? If he does, he's going to say, oh, you know what? That don't matter. Come over anyway. If he says, well, you know what? We'll reschedule it for another time. All he wanted was the sex. And I think women use that as a test, bro. I think that's the test. What do y'all think? Ladies, y'all watching, what do y'all think?
But I don't know if it's, I mean, I guess I can see the way it can be a test. That's why I asked, you know, did she tell me, she told me beforehand, did she tell me beforehand that she was on her period before she passed through? Or did she pass through already and then she all of a sudden remembered, oh snap, I have a tampon in between my legs. I'm on my period. Maybe I should tell them. There's different scenarios on exactly how I'm going to feel about that.
Because, I mean,
if she told me beforehand, then cool. She told me beforehand. She gave me the choice. Period. She gave me the option of, do I want to chill with her or not? She ain't just pop up at my crib like, hey, what's up? I'm here to spend time with you. And then, oh, and by the way,
I can definitely see what you're saying with that, because at that point, she's taking your choice away. She's already here. And at that point, if it's all about sex, what are you going to do, kick her out?
At that point, if it's all about sex, and she comes up with some shit like that.
Like, hey, look, I know you're going to stay the night, but... Man. I got a
guy code. I'll text you 673. 673 is when you call me back and be like, yo, Stitch, we gotta go, bro. Something just went down. No time, no explanations. We gotta go. And I use that. Hey, 673. No, my boy just hit me up. We gotta go.
But let me ask you this. On the flip side, I was just giving an example of something women can use to test men, and I honestly, I think, I hope, like I said, I hope most men haven't gone through that, but I think majority of us have. Have you ever felt like you didn't necessarily, I don't want to say test, but yeah, let's just call it what it is. You ever test a woman?
Have us?
As men.
Of course, bro. We all test females. An example. Okay, let's say if I'm just talking to a girl and I'm just talking with her, like barely even dating, we're not even smashing, we're just talking. Exactly how the word implies, we're just talking. And then she hits me up with some, like she likes to call me, right? Like she calls me. Let's use your example. And she calls me all the time. And then I'll be like, hit me up at this time. And then she hits me up at that time, but I didn't pick up. Now, was I testing her that first time? No, I just didn't pick up just because I didn't pick up. But then she started acting different. And then I check her on it. And everything's okay. She says, okay, I hear you, I understand you, and everything's okay, cool. Now I know, damn, that was a red flag, or can she cope for it? Because now it arose and now we dealt with it, right? So after that, then I lead into the test phase. Then, hit me up. I should be available. Have her hit me up, even if I'm available or not, because that's how a test is. I'm available, but I'm not available. So I decline it, or I just completely ignore it. And then I'll see what the reactions for her. And then, now that's like playing the game.
Yeah.
I don't got time for that shit, bro. I'm just too scared.
And I hear you, but it was one thing you mentioned, and I'm glad you brought it up, because I think this is part of the reason why we do these tests in the first place, is red flags. We all have a past. We all have been through things. And at the end of the day, there's certain things that, like, we talk about. The more we figure out what we want, the more we realize what we don't want. So we look out for those red flags. One of the things we might do is test somebody on that. If, the last problem you had in your relationship was communication, because somebody just wouldn't communicate, not through text, not through FaceTime, not through nothing, they would just leave you on red and wouldn't respond, then on your next one, you might send a message just to see what happens. You might test to see, is this going to be like my last relationship? Am I going to have to deal with the same things? And I think that's why we might test people. I mean, what do y'all think?
I don't know. I think they like these glasses. Thanks. All right, so for those that are just tuning in, we were talking about like this dude, you're not her man, but yeah, you love acting like you're her boyfriend with your nicknames and things like that. And is that misleading women? Of course, they're gonna say yes. We just got done talking with the testing phase, what it is and why do we test? You tell me, why is it that we go through that testing phase?
Like I said, man, red flags to try to distinguish what we don't want. We look for behaviors. We look for reactions to certain situations. We look for, I think in our minds, we have a response already to some of the questions. And if they don't answer it the way we expect them to, we might be disappointed. And from there, we might say, you know what, I don't want to waste my time with this.
Tara Lee was like, you all test females by talking and flirting with other girls deliberately in front of one. We're in front of them. What the hell was that all about?
I mean, if I'm flirtatious by nature.
No, nigga. That's what. No. Don't fall. We've gone so far to clean your image. Don't do it. Don't, man. You've been good, bro.
But
we don't all do that. We don't do that. That's your response, Keith. We don't do that. That's disrespectful, right, Keith? Hey. That's disrespectful. Look, Work with me here, man.
To be honest, if that's who I am, guess what? I'm gonna be me. Straight up.
Oh man!
And you're right. It might be a test to see how you react to me approaching other females or being around other women.
Taker says sometimes, so when it comes with their period, they're supposed to plan it all out, and sometimes it comes the day of. Yeah, of course. Most times that's how it happens. I'm just saying, like if you have plans to come through, and you end up on your period, let me know beforehand. Just so that I can have the choice and the option of if I want to still chill with you or not. I don't care if it's a test. I know that it's a test. At the end of the day, cool. Maybe I needed that test to find out too.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, it's exactly how we say. Be yourself, be true, be brutally honest, speak and make sure your words are impeccable. You feel me? Like make your actions lead by example. Like do how you feel and feel as you say. So it's like at the end of the day, just let me know beforehand of what the deal is. Don't just pop up and all of a sudden, hey, by the way, what? Like on your ride over here? Oh, okay, that's cool. No, since yesterday. I bought these strawberries today. Like, hold up. I'm going to use this shit to make a detox water or some shit.
A smoothie.
That's what we're talking about. Now, the last topic we're gonna talk about is, so if we spoke about you're not her man, but you're acting like a boyfriend. You over here complaining about her, but yet you're the one giving her the green light. And another topic as far as the testing phase, what is it and why we do it. And the last topic is about how long should a man last in bed. Y'all can tell who came up with these topics, right?
Well, is that what you're that's irrelevant. Damn it.
So the next topic is, go ahead, Keith.
Look, how long should a guy last in bed? I actually saw it as a meme, and it just made me think, like, what is an appropriate time? I mean, most guys, if you ask most guys, like, damn, man, how a woman asks a guy how long she lasts in bed, he gonna tell her, damn, baby, I can go all night. I can go a few hours. I can go a few rounds. I can do all of this, right? But reality is, ladies, and I mean, y'all answering, be honest. What would you say is an appropriate amount of time? Or, I mean, shit, we all got different preferences, but on average, would you say?
Should a man last in bed?
Should a man last in bed?
Selena talking about no 1 minute man. Okay.
Yeah, right.
That's not 1 minute.
There's those.
What's the average? As guys, we're always giving a guy's perspective.
Yeah.
This is one thing guys talk about. We need to know.
Y'all let us know. There's minute men out there.
As long as
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're just asking on preference. what would you say is an appropriate time or an average amount of time a guy should last in bed?
No 1 minute. Man, 2 seconds. Mima. That's it. Diana, for as long as it takes. For some woman, it takes them just about 2 seconds or 2 minutes, or
if they know.
Lord knows you need a break in between 2 hours. But anyway, it's like going long. They get long. What's long? Don't answer that. Hold on. Hold on. Talking about 15 minutes to an hour.
15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes to an
last
hour. Yeah,
lung.
that's sort of a
No,
wide
I
range.
think she got it right when she pronounced last lung. She meant last long. That's what she meant. But no, I think she got it with the last lung. Like smashed to, you could barely breathe. To like you're on your last lung. We're roll with that one. Lies all night. Yeah, all right, all night. How many Red Bulls am I copping?
I mean, shit.
I need to take breaks, girl. I need to take a break at least every, I would say 60 minutes, 62. Let me be real on myself. At least 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Let's you know what? How long you want to last? Let's say I might want to take a break every 20 minutes if you want more than 6 hours. That's detailed anyway. 30 minutes top. You feel me? Like she says 30 minutes top.
Tops. 30 minutes tops. Okay. I like the different responses. I mean, like I said, I know every woman's going to be different, but some women want you to last all night long. Clearly, all night long. As long as you can, they want it. Some women want that. Some women only need a half an hour.
Until you give them all night long and they tapping out on second round.
The head in the corner and shit.
Like shake it and you're like, did I break something?
But I mean, I think it's a fair question. I think it's a fair question. I mean,
how long should a guy last in bed? That's the end, right?
Now, honestly, I think the real thing behind that though is it all depends on experience. I mean, obviously, if it's somebody experienced to know what they're doing, I think a woman's going to get off a lot faster than somebody that doesn't know what they're doing.
Maybe not. There's another scenario to that. It also depends as far as how much the woman is into the guy. Because the guy don't know what the fuck he's doing. He nigga caressing her head. She came 4 times already. Clothes is still on. So
that's true.
I'm a fly ass nigga. I'm over here 3 hours in, can't get a sweat in. So what am I doing wrong? Enough to satisfy my needs. I'm joking. I'm feeling the jokeful mood. Tiffany, hello Tiffany, thanks for watching. They get enough to satisfy my needs. Noemi, de lo mío, ¿cómo está? Cool. If we're hanging out all night, at least want to smash about 6 times so you can take your breaks in between. I like breaks.
Right.
I like breaks. I enjoy breaks. Jay Roders was good. How's everybody doing? How long should a man last in bed? And only Keith would come up with this question.
I saw a meme and I thought it was an interesting question to ask. I mean, being brutally honest, that's what we do. I thought it was an appropriate question. I mean,
you know what? Another question for them to let's do the Q&A for those that just tuned in and didn't know exactly what everything was talking about. Right now, we're talking about what he loves. He's like, you know what? I want to have a topic. I want something to talk about. Sure, Keith. What you want to talk about? You know what? How long a nigga takes in bed? Holy shit, Keith. You know what? I like your enthusiasm. I like your direction. I like it. I love it. And its progress. But let's take those words. Let's mix them up over here. Let's clean them up. We're just washing them. It's still the same words. We're just washing
exactly
them.
What the meme said is really
just washing them.
But yeah.
How long? We come up with the question. How long should your partner take in bed? Period. It sounded better. I'm sorry. You know what? Just be yourself. How long should a nigga take in bed when he fuck? Anyway, that's how he was. Another thing we spoke about was you're not her man, but you over here acting like a boyfriend, giving her gifts, nicknames like Sugar Bear and Sugar Buddy. And I don't know how much fucking sugar, but that's diabetes. Giving her titles and entitlements and all this crazy shit. You're over here complaining about the girl, but you gave her the green light to do so. Obviously you misled them. We talked about the testing phase, what the testing phase is. Why is the testing phase? How is the testing phase? We've all done it. And now we're talking about what he came up with. So any questions or Q&As right now?
And anything you guys want to talk about on the topics we were talking about today, we're going to do a Q&A. Like I said, I really enjoyed it last week when we did that on the show and got you guys involved. So we want to do it again today, just for a couple minutes before you actually have your final thought, right?
Yeah, before my final thought. You know what? As we're doing this Q&A, I just want to say that, as far as a positive message or outlook of things, how long we've known each other?
2 years, maybe
Okay.
a little bit. Yeah, about 2 years, maybe a little longer.
But where are you from?
Me, I'm from Connecticut.
How long was you in Connecticut for?
31 years.
Okay, so you have a lot of childhood friends.
Yeah.
Okay. How long is it going to take for me to even get close to your childhood friend bonds? A long time, right? Because those are people you've known for a long time, since your childhood, the build years, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So it's like, we're very selective with our friends, especially when we've known them a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how we usually are. So my question is, how come we can't be as selective when we're choosing our partners?
Well, because we want to fill that void, or we rush into something, or, it's a lot of reasons, to be honest. But that is something to think about.
It is something to think about. And maybe we'll talk about that on the next Brutally Honest, right? How come we're so selective with our friends now, especially the ones that we've known for a while? But yeah, our partners, we meet a woman and now all of a sudden we're heads over heels for them. All of a sudden we're in love with them. All of a sudden we feel like we've known them forever, and it's only been a month or 6 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever it is. And yeah, then you get your heart broken and now you're blaming them, when at the end of the day, at the end of every day, it's always your fault. At the end of the day, you're always the one in control that can make the situation better or worse. Like I said, there's no stagnant. Like I say, there's no neutral. Like I say, there's no standstill. If the world keep going around and time keep on going, how can you just stand still? No. Yeah. So I'm saying either you're moving forward, or if let's say you are still moving backward, you're moving backwards.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's either you're moving forward or backwards. So it's like, maybe if we was as selective with who we choose to be a part in our life than who we have around our life, things would be better.
I don't know. Got the thumbs ups and the hearts going right now.
What is it to love three women? My boy want to know. What is it to love three women? So let me rephrase that, and you could correct me, Jay. Thank you for the question. Can you love multiple women at one time?
Yeah. My grandmother, my mother, and my daughter.
Can you love multiple women that are not related to you in a platonic way? Fucking asshole. We're running out of time here, man. Come on.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can. And now, what I mean by that is, I think you can share love. As in, you care for one woman enough to where you have love for her and you don't want anything bad to happen with her, et cetera, et cetera. And I think you can have that with multiple people. But do I think you can be in love with three women at the same time? I don't think you can do that.
You don't think you could be in love?
Nah, not with three different women.
But you think that you could love? So you
yeah, I think you can love three different women all at the same time, of course. But I don't think you can be in love with three different women. And what I mean by that is,
be in love with two.
No, you can't, because if you're in love with a woman, you can't be in love with a woman. You're in love with one. You can't be in love with multiple. Not in love. Because how can you give both of them equal amount of time? You really can't. Your time's already divided. And if you're splitting that time between two, then you're really not giving the woman you're in love with all of your time.
I want to disagree with you. With you.
Then disagree if you want.
I can't, though. But okay, I'm saying I want to disagree
I
with
was
you.
gonna say you're entitled to your opinion.
But I can't. But I
don't
can't.
agree with me. Then.
I agree with
but
you.
That's
I agree with you.
That's how I feel.
But there's how I would explain.
That was
it.
a great question, though, bro.
There's how I would explain
Great question.
it, bro. There's how I would explain it. You can only be in love with one woman at one time because being in love is like being in a trance. Being in love is like being under a spell. You feel me? You can really only being in love is being infatuated with your thoughts by just one thing, one woman. So then that's how I would explain how and why you can only really be in love with one woman or one person at a time. He don't know which one he want to stay with. That's because he wants to stay with all of them. Because if he didn't, then he would know. I mean, he's talking about you playing with 3 hearts, 3 emotions. I mean, I'm not here to judge or anything like that. Everything is all out of perspective on life anyway. So, final thought. Like, comment, share. You already know. Y'all need the shirts, hats. You already know. So my final thought is, just because you coming through and sleeping over, that don't mean we're gonna have sex. Oh, another thing. Just because we're having sex does not mean that you're sleeping over. That's that's my stitches of me singing. You got
hold on. So let me just because I actually like this one.
I like the way I worded it too, man.
Just because you're sleeping over doesn't mean we're having sex. And just because we're having sex doesn't mean you're sleeping over.
Nah, like why you still
get up and go after. You don't gotta stay.
I'm glad you got it, man. I'm glad you got it.
I thought a final thought out there for you, Stitch.
Okay.
And this one I thought of at the beginning of the show, actually. I had something else in mind, but I'm going to go with this one just because of how this show's actually started. You will never be disappointed if you don't set expectations. All right? And that's the final thought from me. Your boy Keith, brutally honest.
Why you say that, Keith? No, we still got 2 minutes.
You was disappointed in me because, hey, I'm a nice guy, man. I'm genuine. You can't be mad
because you kept telling
her like I like her, even though I'm
Sugar Bear
and
Rice Krispie and Fruity Pebbles and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I must be hungry talking about cereal. Anyway, brutally honest. Next week we're gonna definitely be talking about how is it that as us being mature, how we're so selective about who we choose as our friends, but we don't use that same selective process towards our partners and the people we want to build a life with. God bless y'all all. Thank y'all all for tuning in. Next week, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. right here, live on Brutally Honest.